You can do this, you can do that. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. We just throw this down, and we get lifesteal and another big ass elusive. So yeah, I think I'll take that. I think I'll take that with the Bone Star. See, Bone Star, people! I mean, we've not actually seen Aphelios. We've not even seen him once. It's okay, we don't need him. He's not needed in this deck. If anything, he's more of a hindrance. Hello, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel, again with another deck for you today. New cards came out, so I was experimenting with them last night. I've made an Aphelios deck because obviously that's like the first one I wanted to get out, but it's a silly one because it is involving the new Bone card as well. So let's get into this. So, as I said, this is a very silly deck, but I really wanted to get this deck out because I feel it's a really funny way of doing this. So, it's called the Bone Zone. Let's get into it. So, the first thing I want to say is this is definitely not the creme de la creme. The games you're going to see is because I was playing around this on stream last night, just as the cards came out. I was crafting decks, and this was one of the first ones that I was like, yes, I want to do a deck like this using, Starbone, which is if you behold the messenger, grant Celestials everywhere +1/+1, just because I like the idea of that, and the fact that that then just basically makes Golden Sisters that you could get off of this, just that increases the value of the lifesteal and that elusive damage. It was just too good, so I was like, yes, I'm doing this. All the games you're going to see were from my stream the other night, literally as the cards went live, building. So let's quickly get into bits and pieces. So obviously, we're trying to get the messenger in every single way that we can. So we're using Messenger Sigil because that just shuffles like loads into the deck. Spacey Sketcher gives us a chance. Zoe gives us a chance. The Fangs gives us the chance of finding it, and technically Mountain Scribe does as well. Less likely, but it's still in his pool, right? So the idea of this deck is, so the reason why I say this is not like the creme de la creme is because I honestly feel like this deck might need a bit of moving around. So for example, one of the moves that is definitely such a good move is using Aphelios' spell of this Crescendum, because literally that then makes it so that a 2-cost follower, which obviously the messenger is a 2-cost, so once you've used Messenger Sigil and put these guys in a deck, it has the chance of summoning it. The problem is it's also got the chance of summoning this one and this one, so potentially the Sky Shadows, although I thought it was a good idea, maybe this could be cut. I still kind of want this in the deck because it is actually a good counter to other elusives, so potentially removing that, but I'm going to give you the deck as it was as I streamed it, so that's the reason why. But honestly, I feel like this could be cut because admittedly there's, other than like Aphelios and the Lunari, Shadestalker, there's nothing else that's really getting the Behold the Nightfall out of this. I mean, I guess actually Power Cascade as well, but it's just, I don't know, I felt like sometimes it felt like it was bricking up my hand where I kind of didn't want to play it because I wanted the resource, but also it is a well-statted minion as well. So I don't know, it's one of those things, but I feel like potentially that could leave this to be able to maybe get another Star Shaping and maybe even another Sky's Descent, but maybe that might be a bit of too much of a brick yet again. I don't know, I definitely feel that you know, it would be good actually, getting rid of, actually, yeah, no, I'm gonna do this change now because I honestly feel like this is actually gonna be a better change. So I'm gonna get rid of those, and I'm actually gonna put in 2 super cool star charts, just so that you even have that way of trying to get the messenger as well. I like the idea of it. So you're not gonna see that in the games, but I honestly feel that's gonna be a good thing change up right now. Anyway, so you've got all the things to try and work off of Aphelios. Aphelios is not necessarily needed, but he's definitely, his spell of being able to summon are really good. Also, he's a really good utility unit because, you know, you can get stuns off, you can get damage off. He's actually really good to use in that, so that's the reason why I do like it. He's a really amazing new champion. I'm very happy that he's joined the game. So it doesn't even matter about leveling her. So the silly plan here is literally get the dogs out, get the buffs out, and then let the Celestials, like, you know, go crazy. So potentially you could even say that getting rid of one Zoe and throwing in a what's his face, ASOL, might even yet again be a really good plan. Like, I feel like one ASOL, because once you get into the late game, you just want those things. I kind of do want to keep 3 copies of Aphelios because he is the new champion, and I do want to be using it. So I'm actually gonna make this trade-off as well. I do like the idea of this. It's too good not to do. Once you get to a point where you start getting so many Celestials on the board, Mountain Scryer is going to basically get down the cost of all of these to 1. And if you manage to get 2 Mountain Scryers on the board, these cost literally 0 to put on the board. You get the draw. It's amazing. Obviously as well, with the crescendo from his thing, it is a summon effect, the draw card, so you can summon the messenger and draw. It's just so much fun, this deck, and as you will see, it's really fun and has a good chance of working. So even though it's a banter deck, and I made this because of literally it was more of a banter meme card, it's definitely a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend checking out this deck. So watch the video. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you make any changes to this deck, please let me know as well. But I feel like I'm just going to do this and I'm going to upload it as this. But the Bone Zone, such a good thing. As I said, the games you're going to be seeing are from my stream. So shameless plug time. Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to come catch the action live, I'm live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on Twitch. So as I'm just going to be doing crazy crafting at this moment in time with all the new cards, please feel free to stop by, say hi, or just have a good laugh or share your ideas. Either way, it's all good. As well as that, there is the Discord link down below if you want to join the Discord. I have also, if you want to help support the channel, I have also started I hired a graphic artist to come up with ideas. So the spicy deck, that's a spicy deck you've got there, Tom Kench. There's also other ones. There's an Undying one, there's an ASOL one, there's a Fizz one. So if you want to check those out, the link will be under like the merchandise thing down below, because I don't feel forced to buy anything, by the way, if you just want to look at it so you can see what it looks like. I honestly just love this game so much, I want to wear it, that I couldn't find anything I really wanted, so I was like, you know what, I'll go out and I'll get a designer to design the ideas I have in my head, and that's what's been done. So if you want to, feel free to, but do not feel forced. Anyway, without further ado, let's get in and see how this deck did in a couple of matchups. But I will seriously consider putting an ASO, because obviously that is really great for the late game and makes all those Celestials cost less. It is actually a really big move. Potentially I might want to keep Hush here. Potentially keeping Mountain Scryer is not too bad either. Bit of draw. I kind of want to keep that Hush. I kind of want to keep the Hush in the hand. I might end up regretting my choices right now, because I didn't actually keep... Oh, there's early game. Never punished. Out of all of them, as sad as it sounds, part of me's thinking about getting rid of the Moon Weapon one, but... So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I made my decisions. Why do I never find the dog? Potentially, actually, the silence would have been better because we're dealing with a fearsome deck, but... So, potentially, the fact we're dealing with a fearsome deck, we probably should have played the silence, but... My chance for dogs. Flight, which obviously, it's one of those for cards, which it is a good Nightfall card. It is really good. Oh, sorry, it's a really good activator for Nightfall, as well as the fact that it then gives a bit of draw. It's not actually... It could definitely make me struggle. We wait. So, I could play this. I kind of want to see whether or not I top deck Aphelios. Kind of want to see whether or not I top deck Aphelios. I haven't actually got one of the Starbones in hand at the moment, so that's why I didn't really mind waiting to see. But okay, maybe what we want to do here is go for go for the trade, or do we not want to do we see what our opponent does, whether or not they decide to trade? I mean, I guess we do need to trade that actually, because we want to be less things to help the Nocturne. Maybe the better plan here is maybe start with it. Maybe using this, maybe a Power Cascade for draw to go on top of this one, so we're doing a little bit more extra damage as well as draw. Playing this then allows us to actually we haven't got a Nightfall card. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is fine. Is it a Nightfall card or unit? Just a Nightfall card, so technically Power Cascade does actually count towards that. That's quite nice.
Night flowers upon my
okay. We wait. We wait. Ah. So they definitely. So yes, of course they have the Nightfallness. Right. So we've got the invoke card. Doggo. So we just need your bones. Most of the time we end up with your bones and no dog. Now we end up with dog. We needed the bones. Note to self, don't put any 2-cost units in this deck. Okay.
Temperamental as moonlight.
Because you want to make... Okay. Not the best. Not the best that I wanted to see, but okay. I'm actually going to go just playing Scryer right now. Playing Scryer. Potentially taking... this meteor shower will allow me to kind of get rid of both of these problems. It means taking a lot of damage now. I will take the damage now, but later. we go with the just trying to kill both of these. I'll take that. Really need a Nightfall card right now. Really a Nightfall card. Potentially Doggo could help us with that and then just allow us to Of course. Of course. So, potentially Doggo could help us with that and allow us to re-get some mana back. My more problem right now... Okay. So, Doggo, give me a Nightfall card! You had one job, Doggo!
They
Okay.
forced us to choose death or the blade.
I'd be lying if I said that, I'd be lying if I said that things were looking amazing at the moment.
The paint drip, Zoe.
Okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
What's doing over there?
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We just have to survive. It's absolutely fine. So, they've got the activator for this. They can get it out for cheaper. We've got a Nocturne problem. I've got loads of problems with very little solutions, considering the fact that none of these have free attack. I should have probably put this out, if only to be a free attack thing to be able to deal with my Nocturne problem. Okay, don't worry about it. Doggo! So many times I don't have the ability to get my Doggo. I now have Doggo, but I wish I didn't have Doggo. Okay, that's quite big. So they're not actually going to be playing this turn. I've kind of got to throw this out as a counter to Nocturne. I mean, actually, Nocturne might grab this just to kill this, which makes sense. Doggo, give me options, Doggo!
Chases stars from the sky.
Okay. Potentially we start to see a secret plan forming. A secret plan potentially forming there! We might end up just having to go with throwing this out to defend ourselves a little bit better on this board. Obviously we've got a Hush, but actually I guess if we Hush, then we can actually deal with that. It's whether or not we also want to be dealing with this. Nocturne's probably the biggest problem right now. He says while significant damage could come in from several different ways. He's making sure that Nocturne is safe. Making sure that Nocturne is safe. It's a smart move. So we might as well do that trade. We kind of need to do this trade. We could try and stop the draw. Could try and stop the draw with Zoe. I'm willing to honestly take that hit for this one. And then the question is, like, we kind of want to be keeping these alive, right? Because we need Celestials to work with this fact. We kind of need to take it. I need these Celestial cards. We do lose Zoe, but don't worry. Gomez brain expanding. Don't worry. This is 100% fine. This is 100% fine. You're about to see moves that you never thought that the mind could comprehend before. Where's my just right? By doing this, we at least get rid of the so as much as we wanted to have a unit there. As much as we wanted to have a unit, this ability of actually stopping that when played to have the thing is actually going to be quite big. Weapon allows me to use the summon. So, weirdly enough, I honestly think the summon is quite a good card for me to use right now. So, we summon. And from that, I will take the free damage. I'll take the free damage card. Get a summon, free damage. Hello! Help me! I'm having a hard time understanding Aphelios. Please, someone help me. So his whole thing works off of phases. Like, so, yeah, I'll take that. That at least gives me cover for that elusive card that he's got. Yeah, so it's easier to, okay, so, but it has got ephemeral. Even so, he's getting the stun for the next turn, which is smart. But obviously, yeah, it will end up being... So we've actually got the ability to use this card for once. Is getting the stun in. We can still counter Nocturne with this card. Like, a big part of me kind of wants to use Spacey Sketcher to make this cost cheap, but I honestly feel like we just... Because that's going to die. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Check the low channel. It explains it. Oh, yeah, no, it does get explained all in the new video. Right. Going for that. Bear in mind that we now actually have the ability to use the Sky's Descend as well, so it's an option that we have to us if needed. We potentially might take
Night
it.
covers the land. Our time is now.
Okay. They have just got a big celestial card. I can't even cover one. Actually, I guess like I could cover one of these, but I've got 8 damage. We could. So what we could do is we could use Equinox along with a stun. But maybe we do this just to slow Nocturne down right now, right? If we do this now, it slows him down. He doesn't get the level up. So even though we've got the ability to hush him, we've got abilities to do like several different things. The smarter move is probably just go, you know what? None of that! Stop it all! None of it! I won't have any part of this! So just do that. Less things to worry about. Less things to worry about. Our opponent has got something there that they are laughing at us in a manner of speaking because they know that they have it. Potentially we draw. Actually, doing the drawing champion spell might not be the worst, in all honesty, because at least not what I needed to see. Potential removal of everything. Okay, so we actually have the ability to play him as well. Potentially our opponent, so we kind of want to force our opponent to play things right now onto this board. So I'm actually going to go undercover. Okay, because we want them, they've got an obliterate card. So they could still get an obliterate card, but I'm willing to wait. So potentially taking the stun. So we could take the 2-cost follower, or we could take the stun card. I actually could go either way. I feel like the stun card's going to be the better card to take. So what we should have maybe... We can also use this to get rid of... that's going to be problematic. But we can use this to at least make it so that he can't just challenge Aphelios immediately. So by doing that, we remove his ability to challenge Aphelios. I can live with that. That's a lot of cards. It's a lot of cards. Okay. Potential stun card as well, which is quite nice. So, level up animation. Too early to say. Give it a week or so. So, what's he playing? What's the best synergy? There's loads of different ways that I've seen people. I cannot wait for your Aphelios decks. Yes, no, this is a doggo deck. Oh, hoo, hoo. Oh, hoo, hoo. So, we could throw a hush on top of this first, and then throw the stun card. We throw a hush on top of this first just to get rid of that, and then use the stun. I want to take the get another one of those. We get another card spell because we could get more dogs. It's all about the dogs at this point. Okay. Okay, our opponent's going big. Our opponent's going big. Luckily enough, the card that they're buffing is stunned for 2 turns. The card they're buffing is stunned for 2 turns. I can wait! We have got a heal of the core, which is most likely going to be very useful. Okay. They are doing free... Why? Why would you do this? I am much confused. Why would you not do 3 damage to any one of mine? What is your game, Yugi? What is your game? I mean, what I'm so confused, and yet at the same time aroused. I'm gonna do that. Kill this. It's an okay thing. I'm then gonna throw out Moon Weapon. So if we were gonna get this again in a phase, we would either want the 3 damage. 3 damage is actually quite good, or it's the lifesteal one. Lifesteal, with the health that we're currently on, wouldn't be bad, but we do have a heal move. I feel like the 3 damage is the better one. I'll take the 3 damage, and yeah, we'll do that. I'll accept that. Ah, elusiveness, and then we pass. So that's stunned again. Doggo! Do we throw the doggo out on top of the doggo? Or do we star shaping to see what we get? We do have a scryer, which will make things cost less anyway. So potentially this is the better move, just to find answers. So Great Beyond would cost 8, or even the Immortal Fire is also quite a big move. Great Beyond does have a spell shield. Great Beyond does have a spell shield, which does make it superior.
Peace in the quiet fells.
I'll take that. I'll take that option, and then throw this down on top of sadly on top of Doggo. We have 3 damage, but we can't use it. So I'm so you know when like you're technically scared because you honestly do not know how things are gonna shake out. We go forward with damage step. My God, the deck actually worked. We actually got a Nightfall card, which does mean that I'm actually gonna keep this hand. This is actually not a bad hand to start off with. This works with what we've got. It gives us the ability to then use Power Cascade. I will work with what I've got here, hopefully. Okay, what's our opponent running? Okay, so they're just running a standard Teemo Sedge deck. We throw you out, giving us refill the spell mana, but then part of me's thinking, do I need... I mean, I wouldn't be able to get my elusive out either way, right? Either way, that elusive can't be played. So I might as well get out the increased damage stat and force my opponent to have to use like a counter spell or something like that to kill this rather than taking 3 damage. Or they just throw out their ballistic bot. And it's like, do they take 3 damage? It's probably beneficial that they take 3 damage because they would prefer to keep this on the board as the engine to help Sejuani. Yeah, that's my fault. That's what I thought you'd do. Right. So we've got a lot of Starbones right now. We just need the messenger. So we've got a chance to get the messenger through this, and we've got a chance to get the messenger through this. We just need 1 messenger to make Starbone a thing. I am making this a thing, okay? I love the idea of this card too much. I mean, okay. I guess. I mean, why? I mean, obviously you've got, I'm guessing, Troll Chant or, there's got to be some counterplay here, right? That you've got for 4 mana. Why would you do this? It makes literally no sense. So there's got to be, there we go, Troll Chart. So there's the making sense. We could keep this alive by playing Power Cascade. If we play Power Cascade, we don't get the draw, which is Fuji, but we won't be getting this trade-off anyway, but we keep this minion alive. I feel like I'm going to actually like negate that and go with, I'm going to get rid of one of my Starbones, which is a shame. I don't really want to. Oh, Doggo! There we go. So at least that makes the other one useful, but it means that I can now play this. And by playing this, I now have counter to Teemo. So I now have counter to Teemo. I'm willing to take that. Obviously, they could run several things which counters this, but I'm willing to take that risk. So we go into the next turn. We've got more ways of making Doggo. We play Doggo. We play Doggo in the hopes that, okay, there we go. So we could add more Doggos in, and then we can make them cost less.
Witness perfection, meatbags.
This is gonna sound very stupid. This is gonna sound very stupid because it is.
Inferior design.
Okay. We now use the bone. Go get him, Doggo. Finish him, Doggo. And then if you so that's one less of those to worry about. Well done, good Papu, well done. You've made Daddy proud.
An expert is at work.
You've made Daddy proud. We leave this right now. We still want to leave these. There's other things we want to draw. There's other things we want to draw, but you have made Daddy very proud. Well done! Well done, boyo! Yeah, I will be looking for your Instagram very soon. Just let me, finish this game up, and then I will have a look. But yeah, no, so... Okay, we've got elusive cover at the moment. We've got elusive cover in several ways. We've got the ability to maybe even trade off with this. We could use you... Actually, no, I guess the better move here is to use this, because this allows us to... Ooh, Meteor, but also... Meteor Warrior. Meteor. Wait. The subscription with Prime for 2 months. 2 months. Honestly, Yoshi Games, thank you. Got this hanging around. Might as well drop it here. Yoshi Games, honestly, it means so much that you consider using anything over on this channel. It's a very stupid thing. So honestly, thank you so much. Right. We leave. I mean, they're really just like this. That just becomes their Sejuani engine like very quickly. And admittedly, our deck is kind of a draw deck because the dogs are draw cards. So technically, our deck is our opponent is playing 100% the counter to our deck. But we can technically we don't want to throw the elusive in front of this. The main thing we want to make sure is we're keeping that elusive alive. I'm actually going to... I mean, we do have another Starbone in this deck. We've got one more Starbone in this deck. Potentially, but I need to get rid of that. That needs to die. Like, it is important that that card dies because that is like a big engine for their Sejuani. They might have another one in hand, but that is just such a big engine for them. Potentially, right, so this is such a nightmare. Such a nightmare of things. If we throw Scryer in front of this, I don't really want to throw Scryer on top of this, but throw Scryer on top of this. Get bit. Oh, Starbone! Right, so that is all of our Starbones. That is all of our Starbones used. I kind of want to stop taking that damage and I want to trade with that. Or maybe we now keep that back and do that trade. I can live with that trade-off. I can live with that. That's a trade-off I can live with. Right, we've used 2 Starbones. Things are getting buffed. So, that now, I mean, so many dog cards. So many dog cards. We throw this out. It is just really good for trading. Right now, it has got to the point where it's just like, I'm a 7/7 with challenge. Deal with it. They could throw Sejuani down. They could throw Sejuani down to deal with this. Most likely they don't. So we're gonna go taking you out. We could throw the dog in front of this. The main reason I kind of want to keep the dog is because we do actually run 2 copies of the Skies Descend, and so Skies Descend is quite a big move. But I'm willing to see whether or not I can trade off with that. I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade. We have got the ability of getting a Celestial through here, and we can just throw loads. We could potentially throw loads of dogs in our deck. Potentially, maybe the idea of throwing loads of dogs in our deck at this moment in time is what we do. Because they are all buffed. All of these dogs are buffed. They are now, like, what is it, 4/4s? 4/4s, and they are draw cards. I will accept it at this point. Honestly, it's stupid and insane, and we shouldn't be doing this, but I do this. I do this. Admittedly, I said we shouldn't really be playing draw cards against the deck. I mean, they haven't actually put any shrooms in our deck yet. The truth of the matter is they haven't actually put any shrooms in our deck yet. So, there is that.
Nothing.
So, the plan here is for them to kill you, which is not the best, but see, as much as he wants to play Zoe this turn, it makes more sense. It makes more sense to go this way about it. I mean, Doggo into more draw. We could even just go like bigger elusive. We could go for the stun as well. Let's face it, our opponent's going to go for an immediate attack forwards. The stun's less of a thing. Potentially the elusive damage though is something that's at least nice, right? You can take the warrior. He knew the risks. My warrior knew the risks when he entered the room. She still doesn't level yet. She's really close to leveling, but she doesn't level yet. We could technically throw a hush on top of her to just to slow down that level up. Like there is somewhat of a call for slowing down her level up, but because what we could do is we could throw a hush on her to get rid of that overwhelm, and it just means that she would be 1 less away. Like if we threw like, but we would have to throw a body in front of it. That's the only other thing. So potentially we just take this. I don't mind getting rid of that. I'll take this and then throw Zoe down, followed by a Trickster. And I am happy. I'm happy with that. Potentially now the draw of the shrooms is gonna silence your... I mean, we could have silenced our warrior, but it wouldn't have been a trade. The reason I didn't go with it is because it wouldn't have been a trade, right? So... Oh, look at those stats. I honestly wish... I wish I could play this and get the elude, like, you know what I mean? Like, my board is too heavy. If only I could play that and then get the statted thing, that would be so good right now. Sadly, I can't. I've kind of got to go forward with all of these. and just go with the let's see what we get off of Zoe. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna be hoping that we trade something off this board because we kind of need. Oh my god! Yeah, so we didn't silence the warrior because literally it still wouldn't have traded off. Ooh, Van Mappingtons. So he's gonna be killing.
Mushroom help? I'm a
I was gonna say, wait a minute. It's a shame that we lose Zoe, so we lose that value, but I can take it. I can take it for the fact that literally we are about to just go, well, you see this board of like things that you can do damage to me, you can do all this, you could do this, you could do that, we just throw this down and we get lifesteal and another big ass elusive. So yeah, I think I'll take that. I think I'll take that with the Bone Star. See, Bone Star, people! I mean, we've not actually seen Aphelios. We've not even seen him once. It's okay, we don't need him. He's not needed in this deck. If anything, he's more of a hindrance. He's in it for banter. Right, okay. Shrooms. Shrooms. So, what we really want to do here is... see, what we could do is we could actually legitimately throw this elusive in front of their Sejuani, but is that good value? Probably not. The better move is to throw this in front of her just because like, there's potentially going to be Frostbite's Troll Chant. There's several different things our opponent does to that, but I feel like I take it at this moment in time. Yeah. I feel that I take that damage. Potentially, we could even throw this in front of here. This might end up being a mistake, but we will see. We do have a Hush. We do have, like, yeah, that. You know what? I would say this has got to be close to GG right now. This has got to be close to GG. I've got some. No! Let me get the finish! Do you know how long it takes me to get to these parts? What are we actually up against? I should have actually looked at. Okay, right, we're against this. So yeah, Messenger Sigil. I tried to get rid of you. Messenger Sigil is a really good way of activating Aphelios, so I'm fine with that. We also have got the ability of next turn throwing this out, which is going to give us the mana because we are beholding a. We're actually beholding 2 Nightfall cards at this moment in time. So, the goat. I see your goat, and I raise you this. I know, right? It's amazing. So, I could do that, but it's not really going to change anything, so I shall just accept. the trade. We go next turn directly into Messenger Sigil, into Aphelios. It's a good move. Potentially now that we've got... like, we need to find that dog, right? We need to find that doggo. So I'm actually going to take the find. I mean, we've just shuffled. Right, so we've just shuffled 5 dogs, which are all 2 cost into the deck. We have got other 2 cost minions as well. But I'm hoping that that 2 cost minion is going to be the doggo. Because then it just means that we have this in hand. If I knew that you were going to do that, I would have taken the do 3 damage, which admittedly is this one from what I remember. Yep, do 3 damage, just wanted to make sure. I'm starting to get used to what the cards are called, like in terms of like this one does this one does this, because admittedly, doggo! Right, that now means that we have the ability to activate this, which is just what I need. And also because it's a summon effect, he does still draw a card when he starts. Oh, yes. Oh, this is working out so nicely. This is how this deck was designed to work. So, okay, they get that. Let's see what they get. Okay, so they get an elusive. Well met! Oh, a true Aphelios, welcome. How are you doing? Hope all is well with you. We are playing what is a very foolish deck, but at the same time, so much banter. So, how are you doing? Oh my god, so much fun, doggo! Thank you for the follow. So, I'm gonna get there in a minute. Right, we wait. Okay, so we do technically we could actually trade with we could trade past the goat, but we're gonna do this and this and then just use this so that just basically so that the trades happen and like this trade-off happens better than what it would have done. We now have got free damage that we immediately are going to be thrown into their Aphelios. I mean, admittedly, they could do the same to us. Like, they could do the same to us, but we are going to go with sod it. We're going big and bold. Going to go with... oh, no, because it only works on followers. I do apologize, but we can still get rid of their... I always forget the text of to followers, so you can't use it directly against the champion. But it's okay. We've now got... Our dogs are starting to get big men. It's okay. Our dogs are starting to become big men. And as long as our dogs become big men, it's fine. So they're getting all the chances, getting all the things. So potentially, like, going into this to find the more 2-cost ones, right? Because we can throw even more dogs in the deck. We could legitimately throw even more dogs in this deck and have good times. So we let that happen. There's nothing in this that we would have done to that anyway. So throw more dogs out. Who let the dogs out? Who? Right. So, we now have Graviton. We've got a Priestess as well, which, you know, things. We go forward with everything apart from Aphelios, because literally, like, we might as well keep him back. But, like, we're kind of staying on an even playing field, but at the same time, like, you know, there's banter in there as well. So, we could throw this down just to stun this so that he doesn't have that elusive attack, because literally, like, at the moment, I've got no cover for it, other than the fact, obviously, I do have a star shaping, so I can... Oh, no, not my doggo! We could technically get our dog past this, right? Because literally all we've got to do is go... So all we'd have to do would be... maybe even use this to use Power Cascade, just literally to get our dog past this. I don't... Oh, yes. That's the other part of this deck, which is going to be a lot of fun when we get there. But we can wait to get there! Another card? Ooh, Yugi boy! I mean, I could Power Cascade again. We're putting so much resource into saving this dog. We really shouldn't. I've put a lot of resource into saving this dog that I definitely shouldn't have done. But it's become a thing now. Can you top what I'm doing? Can you top it? So that's fine. We now throw this down so that we can stun their one, and we're gonna throw this so that we can get another potential doggo because we've just shuffled more. I mean, this is working out perfectly. If we can find more of our bone cards, oh, you've entered the bone zone. If we can get to the point where we make our opponent just 100% enter the bone zone, that's what it's all about. Some people say it's all about the hokey cokey, but I say it's all about the bones. But I say it's all about the bone zone. It's okay, don't worry about it, it's fine.
Only a fool would enter battle of the
so they can still trade off with everything here, which is so it's like, it's annoying, but I mean, after everything I've done to save this dog, it would seem like to take the piss if I put him in front of this. Now, I don't mind putting this one in front of this one, but I did a lot to save this one dog. I feel like we saved him. I mean, admittedly, we get further away from that, but we do have yes, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. I guess at this point we kind of go into this move, see what we get. See what we get out of this. So we could even go with Traveler or like either way. We can't use this one. We could have used Traveler on that turn, and obviously it would have been a big statted minion that would have been nice. Technically, actually, even throwing down Mountain Scryer wouldn't be the worst plan, right? So they're going for that. They're going for that. We go for Bone Zone, and then that should give us the other... That should give us another moon weapon. And by giving us that moon weapon, we should be able to, like, really kick things off in a comedy way, right? Because that should mean... So, yeah, they're going big and bold. Technically, maybe what we should have done there is we should have just done that. Anyway, yeah, so there we go. So we get... So, I see your 2-cost minion, and I raise you 2-cost minion. And this should also mean that we level our Aphelios. Their Aphelios is one behind us. So, I mean, we got Doggo. Doggo went into Doggo. Look at that level up animation. And the comedy fact that we just drew Doggo, and Doggo drew Doggo, and we're getting closer and closer to Sky's Descent. It's all kicking off. Our opponent, that one is currently stunned, That one is currently stunned at this moment in time, but I guess they're thinking like they're going to get a really big move out with that. Do we just go forward with this dog? Do we just go forward with this dog? Because literally he trades off... obviously Power Cascade. But the only one who trades with Power Cascade is Aphelios. Aphelios does have a quick attack as well. So... yeah, okay, right. He does that just so that he gets past... Like, so basically, so he gets past the quick attack and then... whoop, 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 whoopity, 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 whoop. Right. Problems... he's also got life still, so I feel like we leave it this turn. Because obviously, like, you know, he trades very well with our dog. All we need to do is just keep getting celestial stuff. So it's absolutely fine. You know what? This has gone very well. So we throw that in to kill, potentially this elusive actually. It's the one that's got the highest stats. Kill the elusive. We've got, this card is becoming slowly and surely like closer to being used. So... yeah, our opponent is doing big man moves there, so feel that. So our thing is, do we right? Feel that we just go with the shut him down. So we'll take the shut him down move. We'll take the shut him down move just because you know what? At this point, I'd rather just shut him down than have to worry about that situation. So I shut him down. We see whether or not our opponent plays anything else. Our opponent playing other things obviously allows us to do like other moves of removal, and we can just throw dogs out, and we can get closer and closer to this. Potentially actually just getting closer and closer to that is the better move, right? So let's throw you out, going into that, and throw it into you. I'll take that. So potentially just throwing Doggo out, give us a cheaper thing, and then if we don't do anything else, so our opponent potentially is going to get 8 damage in, 10 damage. We could get our way okayly past that. So I could accept that. I could accept that damage to then use this on them next turn. So that does now mean that our cost of this goes up. Cost goes up. So potentially this then means that we get to, like, as much as we wants to save the mana to do this move, which technically we could have still done, right? Our opponent is going for a big attack move, so we kind of need to make sure we got it covered. So we can still throw R1 in front of this one. We can literally throw this in front of this. The question is now, do we want to sacrifice this doggo, or do we just take 8 damage? We do actually have a Star Shaping in hand, which makes things like, you know, somewhat more palatable. So I don't mind taking that damage for, I'm going to say is the greater good. Potential atrocity move from our opponent. Bear in mind that is a thing. So we basically need to make sure that we keep a certain amount of mana, right? We need to be able to keep enough to be able to use this. So I feel that we go with the lifesteal minion. We could actually throw down warrior, but if we throw down warrior, it gets us away from being able to do that. So throw down lifesteal minion just means that we can kind of cover ourselves. I mean, Trickster is comedy. I wish I would have thrown down Scryer earlier. We would have got so much value off of these Celestials, like a lot better value off of those Celestials if we would have thrown that down earlier. Our opponent could have Doom Beast as well. Doom Beast and potential atrocity moves. That's like, you know, the main thing we have to worry about with our opponent at the moment is that they could legitimately have those moves. So keeping a watchful eye for that is important. Could just go forward with, yeah. So potential Power Cascade. Potential Power Cascade is like the one thing that we have to worry about in terms of going for an Aphelios against an Aphelios move at the moment. So Power Cascade could be a thing. We haven't really got anything that defends us against a Power Cascade. Right. So, gone for that. There is still the chance of the atrocity move. There is still the chance of the atrocity move. So, we kind of go forward with this one. Because literally the only one who can get past that is Aphelios with extra steps. So I'll go for like we're trying to bait our opponent into moves right at the moment. So I'll take that. I don't actually mind. So they're trying to cause me problems. Potentially we just go for star shaping right now, right? Potentially we just go for star shaping. Yeah, again, it does put us out of that range. Star shaping is not a bad move for us to do. I kind of want to see what else my opponent does. But star shaping is potentially what we're looking at here. So yeah, we go for the star shaping right now. I don't mind. I'll take guide into it. This is an option. This is an option. Scourge being this powerful is hilarious. So I feel like I'm gonna go with that. I mean, Scourge being that powerful is hilarious, but we need to be somewhat careful. So they're gonna go for that. So they're going for draw by looks of it, right? Because they don't get those buffs. But it looks like they're going for draw. So they've got gems, we've got things. So they haven't actually, so they've leveled Diana, but they haven't actually like had a way of like doing anything with her for a while. It's like we've massively gone over time, and I do apologize. They've still got an atrocity move. Actually, no, the atrocity move's kind of dead now. Kind of want to say, I assume my opponent goes in for an attack. And I kind of then want to just refill the board. So potentially we lose Aphelios here. So potentially we lose our Aphelios here, which would not be ideal. I guess we ooh, take that one. Go on then. We're going to stun on top of her. Yeah, I'll go with the stun on top of her. But yeah, potential problems there. So let's just shut them down immediately before they become like, really problematic. I feel like maybe we just play a bunch of Celestials that gives us the ability just to completely get rid of our opponent's side of the board, right? So they go there. See, as much as we want to play the Celestials, maybe the better plan here is literally just obliterate. Is actually like the better plan. As much as we wants to use this Sky's Descend move, right now with the situation as it is, my opponent's only got so many cards, and so this just kind of like shuts down that move. They've only got so many cards in their hand. Okay, right, yeah, Doom Beast is still big, but that doesn't really give our opponent much to work with at this moment in time. Their Aphelios is down. They've got their really big Overwhelm guy down. We've got the ability to kind of trade with these things in an okay way. Okay, so they want to keep that elusive damage back. They want to keep the elusive. They choose not to. Okay. So at this point in the proceedings, I feel that we just literally go forward. I honestly just feel like we just literally go forward. We could even, I guess, sod it. We throw out this elusive, we throw this guy on top of this. Because we might as well challenge the Diana. They've only got one card. The only card that would punish us would be... the only card that would punish us would be... Okay, no, they've left. Okay, I was going to say, we had so many things. We had the ability to wipe them. We were in a better position than them. But honest to God, thank you all so much for watching. So that is the Bone Zone deck. As I said, it's a really funny deck. Like, once it gets going, that increase of stats on Celestials is devastating. Celestials were already devastating enough as they were, but the increased stat is actually amazing in this. So please let me know what you think. If you make any changes, if you run this deck, let me know how it goes to you. But the Bone Zone is definitely a really fun deck to play. Just that ability to Sky's Descend, like at points, it's just amazing. And yeah, definitely. As I said, the games that you saw were from my stream. So yeah, again, link down below to that if you want to come catch the action live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. As well as there's a Discord link down below, as I've already said. And as if you want to check out the merch that I've got, it's down there as well. But as I do not feel forced to buy it. It's just you want to see what it looks like, and that it's honestly good. But honestly, thank you everyone who's already supported this channel by subscribing and following over on Twitch. If you haven't already, why not consider it? But do not feel forced. As I said, and there's the Discord link. I can't remember. I think I said the Discord link already. But anyway, if I didn't, that's also there if you want to join the community. But honestly, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day and have all the fun with the Bone Zone. But until next time, bye. Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Say anything from you. Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.